Thank you. I don't really belong up here with all the rest of the candidates, but I'm very passionate about our country, and I would venture to say that pretty much everybody here feels the same way, or you wouldn't come out on a Tuesday night or Monday night to have some good food and listen to a bunch of people get up here and talk. But I come at it from a very different direction. My background is in history, and so everything that I look at through the prism of history. And so when I look at our country today, I think back to 232 years ago when a group of men came together to throw off the chains of tyranny and to live free and to forge a new country. A country of limited government, of unalienable rights, of individual freedoms. And we have come a long way on some things, and other things we've kind of gone backwards. When you look at the choices that we have for President of the United States, the choices could not be more distinct or clearer. You have a Democratic Party that has, quite frankly, been hijacked. They've been hijacked by the farthest left-leaning groups in this country. And for some reason, they hate America. They want to destroy everything that our founders lifted up. And I can't understand it. It baffles me on a daily basis how a group of people can be just that stupid. And their ringleader, their nominee, is a gentleman who by an independent association was voted the most liberal senator in the United States Senate in 2007. More liberal than an avowed socialist from the state of Vermont. That's pretty liberal. And so when you look at Barack Obama and he talks about hope and change, you've got to look at him from his background. His background as a community organizer with a Marxist in Saul Alinsky was who he looked up to. And when they say change, they don't say change like Mr. Harvey just talked about change, like you and I think about change. When they say change, that is a code word for economic justice, redistribution of wealth. They're going to take from the rich and they're going to give to those who have not worked for it. This country was founded on hard work. And if we elect Barack Obama as President of the United States, the policies that he advocates will be the beginning of the end of this country. $1 trillion in new spending in the first 4 years alone. $1 trillion. That's on top of the $1 trillion that we spent 2 weeks ago to bail out the banks, on top of the $700 billion that Congress is trying to push through now to bail out the banks. Make no mistake, it is not a bailout. It is a Band-Aid. Go back and read your history. Go back and look at the 1920s and the 1930s. History is once again repeating itself. And if Barack Obama is elected president, we will see this country fall in our lifetime. That's one choice. And then there's the other choice, the country first choice. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. John McCain was not my guy in the primaries. I voted for somebody else, sad to say. But then I started looking at John McCain. We all know about his war record. He is a true American hero. And without question, he deserves our respect. But when you look at the character of John McCain, and you look at the experience that he has, when you look at the judgment that he has, it is clear that he loves this country probably much more than any of us could ever imagine. I believe he is a good man. I believe what he says. And I am going to vote for John McCain. And then he did something. And then he did something that nobody expected him to do. All the cards were on Tim Pawlenty and Mitt Romney. And he picked Sarah Palin, and God bless him. Sarah Palin coming on to the scene has given me hope long past this next election. She has turned the tide for the conservative movement and the Republican Party in a way that probably no one since Ronald Reagan has done, and the future is bright. I want to close very quickly with a couple of thoughts. The first one is a quote from the Declaration of Independence, and it's my favorite quote in all of history. It says, "In support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor." We would do well to pledge that to each other now, because we are once again fighting against tyranny. We are the sons and daughters of liberty. And though we will not take up arms, we will vote. And we will make our voices heard loud and clear in Washington when we elect John McCain and Sarah Palin, Roger Wicker and Greg Davis in the United States House of Representatives, Senate, and the President and Vice President of the United States. And Thad Cochran. Can't forget about Thad Cochran. I'm sorry. One last thing. I know you're all here. I would venture to say that most of you are Republicans. There may be a few Democrats floating around. God bless you for being here. You might learn a little something tonight. Who knows? When you go to the voting booth, don't think about yourselves. Think about your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. And ask yourself what kind of country you want to leave them. Do you want to leave them one that basks in the light of liberty, or one that cowers in the oppressive darkness of tyranny? The choice is ours, and it's up to us to make the right choice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rob. We want to